I couldn't see to drive home, because I never thought I would be in a situation I could give a car away. My mother always said when I was younger, she said, I think if you had the money, you'd be kind of like Elvis. What's up, everybody? We're back. Jason Moses, Cledus T. Judd here, Two Ball Tires podcast. We spent some time on talking about core values. If you watched past couple episodes, we've got into that. And this particular episode, we want to talk a little bit about caring, which is one of the core things that y'all deal with. So, how does caring fit into the car business world?
Well, I think, it's interesting. That is a good question. I mean, how does caring fit in? But I think it really does here. I think part of it is like when you're in the sales process, caring means listening to the customer, understanding their needs, helping them find the right product. Caring when they bring the car back for service is making sure that the car leaves here just at least as clean as it was when it left. Caring is like when we've started delivering auto parts. You can buy an auto part and we'll bring the auto part to your house.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. And you hear stories about like, hey, someone came in and bought mats. Well, we go out there and install the mats for them, no charge. One of the best ways I think caring is exemplified by by my store here, the Moses AutoMall of Huntington, is our outreach committee, which Nick's in charge of, and that's where when someone has one of these nonprofit organizations or somebody out in the community wants help with their golf tournament or whatever fundraiser they're doing, right. That our outreach committee is the one that decides where we want to put our money and how involved we want to be. We meet twice a month, every other Wednesday, and talk about the ways we can help the community. I think that's indicative of the caring in the store.
So the caring actually goes way further than just caring here at the dealership, caring about the community, caring about the people in the community. Man, that's pretty stout, because you don't always see, not throwing anybody on the bus, but you don't always see a lot of people doing that. They stay in their own world, stay in their own lane, and really never venture out. And Huntington, surrounding areas, man, there's some organization that's always in need of somebody to care about them. So it's cool that you as the owner and the company do that as well.
Yeah, we've got involved in United Way. United Way has been working on the Alice project, for lack of a better word, which is asset limited, income constrained.
But they go above my pay grade again.
Yeah, well, it's basically they're focusing on folks that are working, have a job, but their income level makes it hard for them to get by.
Right.
And trying to figure out how to make the tri-state area better for those people. And that's been a very interesting project. We have the developmental therapy. When this runs, it'll probably be over, but we have that this Saturday. Developmental therapy has having a fundraising dinner. We sponsor a lot of golf scrambles, a lot of golf tournaments, and do probably 10 of those a year at least, right? So there's ways to get involved in the community, and we think that the stronger community means more customers, right?
Listen,
better team members, happier team members. It takes a community to get things done.
And man, being in the social media world, which I have to be a part of, and I've learned that, I don't know if Nick, yourself has went through this before, but a lot of times when I've been fortunate enough in my life to do something for somebody else, or be able to maybe give I gave a car to a young lady that worked at Clark's Pumping Shop several years ago because she needed a car, and I had a car, and I thought, I can go buy another car. This young lady can't buy another car right now, and I gave it to her, and I said, the only thing I ask is that someday when you're able to buy a car, maybe you'll take this car and give it to your sister or somebody that can't buy a car. Well, when the only problem we ran into that is when we spoke on that on social media, a lot of times people go, oh, that's great, it's amazing, unbelievable, and that's not what you do it for. Then you got other people go, well, all those things should be done in silence. Nobody should ever hear about those things. That should be done. But I totally disagree with that 100%, and I'll fight it till the day I die. That I think when good deeds begot good deeds, and if I use the analogy, when Jerry Lewis used to do the telethon, the muscular district telethon. Can you imagine doing all that work for all those the year and then doing the raising the money, but then never letting the public know how much you raised? That was always the big thing at the end of those telethons. Okay, the final total, we raised $25 million this week for muscular dystrophy. If nobody ever sees those good things that you do, that the company does, then maybe nobody else would take the initiative to do it. So I have 100% faith that any time you do something like that, it should be broadcast. It should be thrown out in the community, because maybe the other guy down the street says, well, damn it, if Jason Moses can do that, I got a couple of old screen TVs laying out here. I'm going to go give them to the rehab community down here. So I think, it's great to be able to reach out to the community and share the good things that you do within the community.
I think you're right. I get the viewpoint of some folks saying you shouldn't do it because they think you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's contagious. You give to people. You hear about other people giving to people, and it's like, man, that does something for you. I think you're right. I think it's contagious.
In my lifetime, and we'll wrap it up with this, in my lifetime, I have never, in 61 years of doing all the great things that the good Lord allowed me to do along the way, as he has all of us, as a business owner, as a friend, so forth, I've never felt the feeling of elation in my body more than I've got when I do something for someone, ever. I gave the little girl the car. When I left, I couldn't see to drive home, because I never thought I would be, in a situation I could give a car away. My mother always said, when I was younger, she said, I think if you had the money, you'd be kind of like Elvis, because Elvis loved giving stuff away. That's what he thrived on. A guy that played piano for Elvis that I knew in Nashville said that's the only time he really saw Elvis happy, is when he was able to give to somebody. And when you're giving without expecting, it's different than giving and expecting. Well, maybe if I do this, maybe my business will pick up. It ain't. It ain't going to happen more than likely. If it does, it's not because of that. So man, it's I think as a business owner, anytime you do it, first of all, I know your heart, and I know that that's completely irrelevant as what you're doing in the community. But the caring part is a big deal, and we appreciate it too.
Thank you, Cledus.
You're a good man.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely. Y'all great. Have a great day. Let me get this. It's sinuses. I don't cry on camera.
The allergies are bad right now.
Allergies bad. Yeah. Allergies are bad. See y'all next time. Bye.